So do you have what it takes? This is a question that I ask myself every morning when I look in the mirror. When I was growing up back in Percy, Pennsylvania, my mom was a waitress, my dad was a machinist. Both of them worked nights and weekends just to make sure that we had a comfortable life. And my dad used to tell me, make sure that you go to school, get your degree, and ensure that you're one of the guys working upstairs, meaning the engineers, and not the guys downstairs with their heads stuck in a machine all day. So I did that, went to school, got my degree, and eventually ended up at Lockheed Martin. As Mary started to say, I've been, when I go through those opening comments, during one of those get to know me sessions where you put up the pretty slide with all the family pictures, the thing I add to that is, one of my biggest motivations is that I just want to work on really cool stuff. And I've been fortunate enough to do that with Lockheed. From submarines to satellites, hypersonic vehicles, and now AI, it's been a really fun ride. So speaking of AI, Lockheed Martin has what it takes. And so what I'll be doing over the next few minutes is going through an overview of the lake, and then some of the capabilities that we develop, both internal operations and for the mission. So the Lockheed Martin AI Center, or the Lake as we call it, was established to accelerate the application of AI at scale. We truly believe that AI has the power to transform our organization, both with internal operations and then how we go and we apply it to our in-mission customers. Our vision is to apply AI to enable a safe and secure world, and our mission is to drive decision speed and decision quality across our organization. And so how do we do that? We develop, at the Lake, we develop foundational capabilities across the entire development timeline or life cycle, from data management through to model development and then sustainment. Underlying all of that is our AI Factory. AI Factory is our internally developed end-to-end modular ecosystem for the development, deployment, and then eventual sustainment of our AI capabilities. It's made up of three primary pillars. InfraOps, which manages the compute both on-prem and at the edge. Our Data Ops, which manages the life cycle of our data management. And ML Ops, which manages the life cycle of our model development. AI Factory has what it takes and has the primary tools that we utilize to develop our AI for internal operations. But when it comes to our in-mission customers, they require more tailored solutions and have more specific requirements for implementing AI on their platforms. And so we have a series of teams within the Lake that collaborate in order to achieve those objectives for specific customers, kind of covering the entire range of what the expectations and requirements are. And so if a customer has a very specific need for a very specific platform, our mission execution team develops tailored solutions for those platforms and the architectures necessary to integrate them into their platform. And so if you require a cutting-edge solution that has a specific need, our mission execution team is able to develop that and transition that to the customer. However, other customers require more generalized solutions. AI capabilities that need to support a range of platforms or systems, and that's where our mission integration team comes in. We containerize AI capabilities, both externally developed and internally developed, and wrap them in a specialized framework that allows them to be integrated across multitude systems and systems of systems. And then, at times, our customers require modeling and simulation capabilities. So in order to test and train AI for complex systems, perform analytics, operations analysis, our mission management team helps manage that infrastructure for modeling and simulation, the development of those complex hierarchical multi-agent reinforcement learning capabilities for systems to systems across the mission space. So like I said, across the lake, we meet the customer where they are and have the variety of capabilities and the flexibility to be able to provide those solutions to our in-mission customers. And so over the next couple of minutes, I'm going to dive into a little bit of that. Both, like I said, we very much focus on achieving optimization for our internal operations through our One LMX program, and then I'll explain a couple of our mission solutions as well. So the first one I want to touch on is Jiminy. Jiminy is our cutting-edge solution for support to software developers to help them enable more effective, software development. It's a large language model that's hosted on our AI factory, and it has a series of capabilities that range from automated documentation, bug fixing. We have an assistant for new engineers and new developers to help them take on best practices, and then automated code generation as well. And so by bringing these all together, it helps enable our software developers to be more effective, to be able to focus more on high-level tasks so that we are generating the most high-quality code for our customers. The second is our autonomous aircraft inspection capability, which we call AIR. AIR is a drone-based platform that scans the surface area of our aircraft and creates a digital twin, which enables the maintenance operators to identify surface defects like scratches and paint chips. This has been demonstrated on multiple aircraft and has the potential to really transform how maintenance operations occurs. When you look at it allows for the maintenance operators to, again, kind of focus on more of those general high-level capabilities, reducing any unintended damage, increasing safety, and then increasing the availability of aircraft. And so we're really excited to start to continue and expand the AIR capability. And the third is NAV, or Navigator as we call it. NAV is our internally developed productivity tool. Think of it as Lockheed Martin's version of ChatGPT. And so it's in use on a daily basis by over 60,000 of our engineers. And they provide a range of productivity tools, from text summarization through to proofreading. And then we have an associated platform called Genesis, where you're able to actually create targeted specific agents to be able to provide production or productivity enhancements as well. And so when it comes to developing internal operations, enhancing our internal operations across all of our functions, again, we believe that we have what it takes from our internal developed tools and then our other commercial partnerships that Mary had mentioned that I help manage as well. And so let's move on to the mission. As I had mentioned earlier, our mission-centric customers require a wide range, have a wide range of requirements and needs for their platforms, systems, and systems. Lockheed Martin is known primarily as a platform provider, but we're moving more and more into a software-centric world. And the first example I'm going to touch on here is a perfect representation of how we do that. And so our Aegis weapon system is a fully integrated weapon system. It has an exceptional pedigree over the course of several generations. And most recently was known for its operations in the Red Sea, being able to track and identify Houthi UAVs and missiles. And so our mission execution team has been working hand in hand with the US Navy over the course of years to be able to insert AI capabilities for automated target recognition that has now then been deployed into the Red Sea, into those destroyers, to enhance the effectiveness for the identification of the missiles and the UAVs. What's even more notable is, as I mentioned, the collaborative nature of us working directly with those customers based off of the trust that we've developed, is that we've then continued to develop a capability that we call Aegis Speed to Capability. It is the insertion of capability enhancements over the air, providing over-the-air software updates for the Aegis system capabilities. And so what that allows us to do, when you look at over-the-air updates, we're reducing the time to new model updates for something that usually takes months, down to a matter of days or even hours. And so it's something that we're very proud of. When we're talking about automated target recognition as well, there was a recent release in which our AI capabilities were utilizing ATR based off of synthetic aperture radar data to identify maritime vessels as well. And so welcome you to kind of reach out and take a look at that press release. And then from there, really kind of want to touch on some of the modeling and simulation that we utilize for mission operations. Our first is ARISE. It's a series of tools that are digital twins, specific platform models that are tailorable to be able to perform effective analysis across the mission lifecycle of the specific platforms. And then what we're doing is we're building on top of that our JADO Center of Gravity. And JADO COG is actually something that is going to feed into some of my later comments. But what JADO COG provides is the insertion of Gen AI for modeling and simulation, for the advanced training, testing, development, and deployment of our system of systems. And so what we're looking to do here is insert Gen AI for scene generation, and being able to then utilize it for path planning, taking platforms and systems, being able to utilize Gen AI for things like path planning and assessment of our capabilities. And so what we're looking to do then is expand this out into almost kind of a metaverse, if you will, where the operator is interacting with the modeling and simulation platform. We're utilizing Gen AI to recreate scenes that are very mission relevant, and then be able to run those through to perform operations analysis, test and train those AI tools, and then eventually utilize it to then perform and then fill gaps and then go through that overall cycle. And so we are able to kind of provide that infrastructure that enables the full life cycle of complex AI for system of systems, from model development all the way through to testing, training, eventual deployment, and then recycling that back through very rapidly, trying to do it in a matter of days rather than months that it takes, sometimes years, for an exercise like a joint warfighter exercise as well. So I'll close out here with, when it comes to the Lockheed Martin AI Center, we are flexible and we meet the customer where they are. We're able to provide those very specific mission capabilities. We provide the ability to then, create, package, and generalized capabilities to apply to new problems and challenges, and then the infrastructure and the AI factory to be able to be that foundation for the development of the models, the training and testing, and then the deployment of our systems and sustainment as well. So I want to close out with this. I had mentioned early on that I ask myself every day, do I have what it takes? Mentioned that Lockheed Martin, everything that we're doing from an AI development and deployment perspective, both internal operations and for our mission systems, we have what it takes. And now I want to pose the question to you, our industry partners, do you have what it takes? So last month, our Senior Vice President for Technology Strategy and Innovation, John Clark, announced a new initiative that we're starting called AI Fight Club. And Lockheed Martin is developing a modeling and simulation environment where third-party teams, companies can develop and insert their AI platforms to perform head-to-head competitions to determine, frankly, who has the best capabilities across specific mission scenarios. And so we truly believe that when it comes to the era of AI and where the United States and America finds ourselves relative to our near-peer adversaries, it's massively important for us to bring together the American ingenuity across our industry. We're very much a platform integrator, currently adopting and becoming more of an AI-centric company. There are new and emerging, I'll call competimates across our industry. And what we want to do is we want to bring them all together for an opportunity to partner, to operate in modeling and simulation environments that are very mission appropriate, realistic. But what we do is we then architect that environment, that competition environment, to be compliant with government reference architectures, government standards, which accelerates the ability for participants to then accelerates the opportunity for participants to have mission relevant capabilities that are integratable into our customers' systems and platforms. And so we're going to be hosting our first AI Fight Club sometime in the fourth quarter. We're targeting the November, December timeframe. But what it's going to end up being is a series of competitions focused on specific mission scenarios each time. And so you can consider air-to-air combat. You can consider integrated missile defense, anti-surface warfare scenarios, a multitude of scenarios that we have specific operations analysis capability or operations analysis evaluations and requirements that we've derived, that we worked with our customers to derive. And we want to bring everyone into this competitive environment to both understand how we perform relative to industry best, how industry performs relative to our benchmarks, and expand opportunities for partnerships and, frankly, a little bit of understanding on what our best capabilities are as a nation through this competitive environment. So we're really excited with what we're going to be doing here with AI Fight Club. I welcome any questions. I'll be happy to talk after this as well if anyone is looking to engage.